All right, everybody, welcome back and welcome to the Fast Track to Diamond training. For those of you that are brand new, welcome to Talk Fusion Nation. My name's Andrew Burling and super excited to be here today to talk to you about how to put your business on the fast track to diamond. This was put together by our founder, our CEO, our good friend, Mr. Bob Reyna. So get a notepad out, get to some place where you can concentrate and get ready to learn the paint by the numbers system for success that we have here with Talk Fusion. System, by the way, stands for save yourself serious time, energy, and money. And what we're going to be talking about here is how to go from being a brand new person to whatever your destination is, whatever your goal is. Maybe it's to be a diamond, maybe it's to be a diamond the first year. And just so everyone's aware, as a diamond with Talk Fusion, those 100 cycles that it takes to qualify at the diamond rank translates out to 2,500 US dollars a week. When we have 200 volume left and 200 volume right, we cycle, earn a $25 instant pay commission. And if you do that 100 times in a week, you'll earn $2,500. If you do that 100 times in a week, you'll qualify at the diamond level. And if you do that consistently weekly, you'll earn a six-figure income with Talk Fusion, over 100K a year as a diamond with Talk Fusion. That's really the first step of leadership with the company. That's really what for a lot of people is going to set them free. And isn't that really what you're in business for? Is to be free. Of course, there's no guarantees of any financial success at all. The results come from your sales efforts. We cannot promise you anything. That would be misleading. It's about hard work. It's about skill set, persistence, competence, leadership. Your success depends on how well you exercise these qualities. Now, here's the good news. There might not be any guarantees of income, but there's also no limits on the amount of income that you can make with your Talk Fusion business. And that's what's really exciting. Now, here's the thing. MLM is simple. Network marketing, home business, it's very, very simple. Don't make it complicated. And here's the best advice that I was given a long time ago. I got started in this industry over 30 years ago, back in 1989. And my sponsor told me, Andrew, don't reinvent the wheel. So if you want to put something down in your notes, don't reinvent the wheel. It's simple, keep it simple, and don't make it frustrating, because if you just decide that you're going to pass and not follow the system Bob put together, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be a grind. You're not going to make a lot of money, if any at all. And you're going to wake up one day and you're going to say, you know what? Maybe I should just listen and do what Bob says. Maybe if I'll just follow the system and paint by the numbers, the picture will turn out pretty. When you're painting by the numbers, you're supposed to follow the instructions and then the picture turns out pretty. It's exactly the same thing with this business. And so here's the paint by the numbers system that we have. It's about not what works for you, but what can be duplicated by everybody. That's the secret to this industry. It's not about 100% of your efforts. It's about earning a small percentage off an organization of people. It's about creating duplication and being able to leverage your time. So here's what we're going to talk about. Step one is making a prospect list, getting good at inviting. Step two is bringing people onto a presentation. Step three is about following up. You're going to plant the seeds. You want to make sure you harvest them. And step four is about getting plugged into the system and teaching that system so that it can duplicate. And why do we do that? Because complexity intimidates. Everything that's complicated becomes a grind, it becomes a headache. It's certainly not duplicatable. And again, we're system dependent. And I'm pretty excited about that because that allows us all to win. Again, system stands for save yourself serious time, energy, and money. So here's where it all starts. And you know what? I'm probably preaching to the choir if you've had experience in our industry before, but I see so many people miss this step. It's called making a prospect list. Put down the top 25 people that you already know, and here's why. Because when you make those first initial calls, your warm market, people that know you, that's going to translate into hot commissions because people do what you do. People trust you, they love you, they're going to follow your advice. And we all have that, what I call automatic list. People that believe in you. So if you call them, they're going to say, you know what? I'm in. If you're doing it, I'm good to go. I'm in with you. Let's go. And those are the people that you want to position high up in your tree. But at the same time, don't be prejudging anybody. Don't make that mistake and say, well, I don't know if Tom would be interested because, Tom's in another company or Tom's doing this or that or Mary's doing another business. So I don't think she would be interested in something like this. Look, you don't know what their paycheck is. You don't know what kind of results they're getting. Sometimes people front and they fake it until they make it. So don't prejudge anybody because, again, you just don't know where they're at. You don't know where their company's at. You don't know if they're looking to make more money and if they're looking to be, free and have that time freedom. Their company could be in trouble or their business could be in trouble, and you don't prejudge anybody. So we talk about inviting people, and it's real simple. It's how you determine if you have a prospect that's qualified or not. And really the secret to becoming a good inviter is just having some excitement in your voice. I mean, get excited about what you're doing. And I mean, if somebody called you up and said, hey, Andrew, I have something maybe you'd be interested in. Maybe you'd be excited about it. Maybe you'd take a look. I understand if you don't want to look at it. I understand if you're not. Look, if somebody called me up and started talking to me like that, I'd probably tell them to, drink some 5 hour and I'd probably hang up on them. 90% of the invite is being excited and passionate about what you're doing. Anybody can do that. 10% is about knowing what to say. And with the system and Get Paid in One, you don't have to know everything about everything, but you need to be excited and compact that invite into less than 30 seconds. Less is more. It's not what you say, it's how you feel about what you say. People can tell if you're excited or not. You know how a dog smells fear? You put your hand out and the dog can smell fear on you. People are the same way. People can feel your passion. They can feel if you're excited or not. And nobody wants to talk to somebody or get involved in business with somebody that's dead wood. So elevate your excitement and watch your invitations get, up to the next level. And the secret is get excited and start inviting and teaching your people to get excited and start inviting within their first 24 hours, right? You want to strike while the iron is hot. And so for the brand new people that are on here, here's a couple things that you could say, hey, Mary, I'm working with the company. It offers 1 minute pay and you could earn what you're worth. I think you'd do great at this. You want to check out my site. You want to come on to this presentation. How about this one? Would you be open at a way to, increase your current income, get paid in 1 minute without interfering with what you're doing? I don't care if you're in a weight loss company or you're in maybe a service company or you're marketing other MLM products. You need video email to promote what you're doing. You're using email for every business, insurance, real estate, auto sales. No matter what you're doing, you're using email. You need to elevate your game. You need to use video. And then what we do is we send them to Get Paid in One and we tell them to watch that sizzle video that's on that getpaidin1.com website. That's the whole presentation right there. Now we do live webinars and we're going to be introducing a new schedule for those live webinars. We're going to be going Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You're going to hear about that coming out, I think, as soon as next week. So you can bring people to company presentations by company leaders, people that know what they're doing, that can present online. And we've got some really hot presenters in the company. So that's exciting to have people do the heavy lifting for you. But if you're looking for something that's more automated, that's 24/7, 365, that's what the getpaidin1.com website does for you. And Bob doesn't charge for it. It's free. He's not charging $20 a year or $20 a month for marketing materials and starter kits and all that nonsense. There's no fees for the sales tools. He gives us those sales tools to go out there and to build our business. So here's free resources like company presentations, Super Saturday trainings, and getpaidin1.com websites with professional videos translated into 15 languages that you can use to go out there and promote your business. And you can do it 7 days a week, every day, all day. They're totally automated. So after a person's been invited, they've seen the site or been on a presentation, you don't want to make the multi-million dollar mistake. It says don't make the $1 million mistake. I'd like to correct that and say don't make the multi-million dollar mistake, because guess what? We have what's called the binary compensation plan, which means one left, one right. You could have a leader in your left leg and a leader in your right leg and make two sales and go to the top of this comp plan, which is growing. We're having new ranks introduced, but you can go to the top of the comp plan, no guarantees, but it pays 50K a week in the binary alone. But if you make the mistake of not following up with someone and that person joins somebody else and they're a leader, they're a top producer, that could be a big, big mistake. It's called a massive error in judgment. So after someone's been on the presentation, you want to get that person on what we call a three-way phone call with somebody that's in your upline. You want to get that person on with somebody who's got some knowledge about what's taking place here, and you want to edify that person that's in your upline. We have some of the best networkers that I've partnered with in my career that we're working with on a daily basis. But an amateur makes the mistake of trying to do it all by themselves. It's all about third party validation. It's all about swarming as a group and working together as a team. And together, everybody achieves more. Together, everybody can earn more. And when you work as a group and your group helps you follow up, that's going to put money in your pocket. That's going to help you get paid instantly. And that's why we tell people to work together as a group. It's a team sport. So edify your upline. It's easy to do within 30 seconds to talk about people's backgrounds and their abilities and the success that they've had in the industry. It's super easy to do to edify somebody with experience and let them know you're working with leadership. Let them know that the person you're working with has a relationship with our CEO, Bob, and then lean and borrow on their experience and their credibility. Again, if you do this, you're going to earn while you learn. I always tell people, look, it's your time and it's your contacts and it's your credibility and it's our time and knowledge. So if we put your contacts and your credibility together with our time and knowledge, we can partnership and we can team up and we can become profitable. And it's a team sport. And we'll introduce you to people that are on the team. And it's teams that win championships. It's wild card weekend in the NFL right now. And there's no one individual that's going to win any game in playoff football in the NFL over the weekend. It's a team sport in network marketing as well. So get good, working together as a team, rolling together as a team. And that's how we do it. And I got one of the best partners in the business. And that's my wife, Nancy. She's going to come up here right now and talk about form. So, hon, take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Andrew. Great job as always. And this is all about relationships. It is relationship marketing. And so it's very, very important when we're prospecting people we want to use the form method: family, occupation, recreation, money. Ask questions, find out what they're looking for, because your goals might be very different from your prospect's goals. And so as you ask questions here, you'll help identify their why and how and why they want to do the business here. This is a very, very critical component here, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay, let me say that again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So with the form, you ask questions about their family. How is their family? Um, how is their job going, their occupation? Are they happy? Maybe they have money, but they don't have time, or vice versa. Recreation, are they able to do all the things that they love to do? And their money situation, is there too much month left at the end of the money? And so, or too much month left at the end of the money. So, the bottom line is it's all about relationships. And of course, we are not in the convincing business. This is important to realize. I want to make this statement here on the next slide, is we're looking for people looking. Let me say that again. We are looking for people looking. Okay, we're not looking to convince people. We're not looking to drag people in to join our business, because I will promise you one thing: if you have to drag them in, you're going to have to drag them the whole way through. And that's not what this is about. We're looking for people that are looking for more out of life, and we're here to help, support, and help them to change their life. And so, as you use the system, people do what you do. When we're prospecting people, we are training them. And so just keep that in the back of your mind, whatever you do. So if you're following the 4-step system that we've talked about here, and we take people in, it's all about, um, what are people happy where they're at? Do people want to be average, or do they want to be above average? And so the bottom line is we're looking for people that want to be above average. And that leads me into step 4, which talks about getting plugged in. This is critical. It's critical that people get plugged in, that they're around the campfire, so to speak, that they're seeing and hearing and feeling the excitement. That's why the core groups that we have on WhatsApp, if you're not plugged in, you need to get plugged in. If you're not visiting the TalkFusion Facebook page and the social media uh, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. You need to get plugged in. You go like the page, and then you visit that page daily, because as you're plugged in here and you get your prospects plugged in, remember, people do what you do. However you were brought into the business is how you're going to prospect. And our goal here is to help people duplicate, okay, touch money very, very quickly. So you want to go bronze your first 72 hours, which we'll talk about here. And so we want to go bronze ourselves, enroll our 2 within the first 72 hours. And then we want to help those 2. We want to become bronze makers and help them get their 2. And so it's all about the power of 2, which this chart, numbers don't lie. I can tell you flat out, the math is real. And so if you look at this very conservative chart, because this is based on the month, not the week, okay? We're talking about 2 and 72, but this is based on the power of 2 on the month. So let's say you're very, very part-time, and all you do your first month is you enroll 2 people, one on your left, one on your right, okay? And then in the next month, you help those 2 do the same thing, and you duplicate month 3, month 4. Look at month 10. Let's go up to month 10. In month 10, according to this chart, okay, you would have over 1,024 people within your team and organization, just based on the power of 2. If you've ever heard the phrase a penny a day and double it, this is really, that's true. I mean, the penny a day and doubling it after 30 days is pretty amazing what you end up having here and the duplication process. But look at this even, let's look at this a little deeper. If you started as a starter and people will do what you do and you duplicate with that starter, your income potential within the first 10 months would be $6,400 just in team commissions. We're not talking about fast starts. We're not talking about rank, none of the other components. We're just talking basic team commissions, the binary. But if you came in elite and people that joined as an elite, look at how the income potential, the 2 times the earning. We talked about it in the opportunity presentation. $12,800 would be your earning potential at month 10. And pro package is 4 times. Look at the number, it's $25,600. So 4 times the earning potential. And let's say you decided to go a little faster than 2 within the month. Maybe you do that within the week. So the sky's the limit here, guys. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. I know for Andrew and I, we find it to be better and more fun to go fast. And so that's why we talk about the 24-hour or the 2 and 72 club, which is back to what I just mentioned here, is when you get signed up, if you immediately make that prospect list, run people through the process, find your 2 and 72 and teach that and duplicate that. I just showed you a chart over 10 months. Imagine what would happen if you truly duplicated and helped everybody in your team get their 2 and 72. And as you work and you help people achieve and touch money very, very quickly, what could happen? I mean, the sky is the limit here, guys. I mean, if you think about it, if everybody in your team did this, you'd have over 2,000 people within the first 30 days. Let me say that again. You would have over 2,000 people within the first 30 days if you simply helped your 2 get their 2. And it's that simple. I'm not going to say it's easy, and I'm not going to say, you got to work at it. But if you want to become a top earner, there's a few things that you have to understand. It's not the fast track. If it's not in this training that we're doing here today, please do not do it. Listen, you're your own boss, you're independent contractors, but I will tell you, it will not work if you do not follow this training that we're showing you here today, because it is all about duplication. So couple key things is be your best customer, use the product, send video emails to keep in touch with friends, family, loved ones. I tell you what, over Christmas and New Year's, that's what we did. We sent out tons of video emails to people and posted them on social media. And your number one priority is making sure that everyone in your team follows the 4 steps. And if they're not, to course correct, because you can get 1 degree off here and all of a sudden within a month here, you're way off course of where you were trying to go. It's very, very important that we get people started right. And again, it starts when you're prospecting people. People do what you do, not what you say. All you got to do is look at your kids here and you'll know that. But Bob Reyna, we love him very, very much. We've known him a lot of years, and he always says, bring us your dreams and we'll help you do the rest, because everything is here for you to achieve your goals, to achieve your dreams. All you need to do is get plugged in. So get back with your upline, get plugged in, get a plan in place here to make 2026 a home run for you to make your dreams a reality. So with that said, Andrew and I want to thank you for your time here today, and to let you know that we are excited about 2026. We're excited about Talk Fusion. The future is very, very bright. Stay tuned in for the presentation schedule that'll be coming out here within the next couple days with the new presentation schedule. Thanks so much. God bless. We'll see and hear everybody very, very soon. Bye for now.